Hello guys, myself Assistant Professor Gaurang Prajapati from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Today I am going to cover the topic of design of gantry girders of the subject design of steel structures 8th semester civil engineering. So first of all let's see the criteria of the chapter, means weightage of the chapter in the previous examination. See, in each and every exams it has been asked for the 14 marks, so on an average the weightage is 14 marks, as well as GTU weightage criteria is also 14 marks. So this one is the theoretical criteria of the chapter, and these are the example summary. We can see design of gantry girder. Now for EOT crane girder it has been asked for 2 times, while for manual crane girder it has been asked for 3 times, and in the last examination it has been asked for the 2 EOT crane girder in November 2020. Okay, these are the examples which has been asked in the exam. So let's start the chapter first of all with the theoretical concept. See, as you can see one figure is there. Okay, this is the main figure of the chapter, means if you're talking about the concept, all the concepts are there in this figure. Say this one is our gantry girder, this I section longitude, just a minute, let me just zoom in. Yeah, now from longitudinal point of view you can see from this view. Okay, from cross section this one is our gantry girder, this one. Okay, as well as this one too. So this is our gantry girder. Now over the gantry girder crane girder moves in transverse direction. This one is our crane girder, as you can see this is our crane girder. Okay, now over the crane girder one trolley is provided with the hook to lift and release the bag, or we can say the any package, or we can say the goods. Okay, so basically there are always 2 wheels of the crane girder on each of gantry girder. Okay, as you can see over here also. Okay, and on crane girder trolley is there with the 4 wheels, 2 1 2 and 3 and 4 will be over here. Okay, it is attached with the hook. Okay, and crane girder moves over the gantry girder with the help of this rail section. As you can see one rail section is there over here. Okay, you can see over here as well as with the help of the rail crane girder can move in transverse direction in this way or in this way over the gantry girder. Okay, so these are the basic criteria of the content, and if you do the cross section then this one is our gantry girder, as I told you this one is our rail section. Then so let's show, and this one is the plan of that figure. See, this one is our gantry girder, you can see over here. So ultimately this will become the span of the gantry girder. Then this one is our crane girder. Okay, and its wheels are these 4 wheels are there, so the dimension between 2 wheels is known as wheelbase. Okay, that's the wheelbase of the crane girder, and this one is our trolley. Okay, there are 4 wheels of the trolley and hook is attached with the trolley with that one, and this will be the span of gantry girder, as you can see. Just a minute. Okay, this one was the span of crane girder, and this one is the span of, we can say, gantry girder. That will be given to us in the data. Okay, then so let's talk about the various loads which are acting on the gantry girder. Just a minute. So loads acting on the gantry girder. See, first of all vertical loads from the crane girder. So in those vertical loads 3 loads are there: self weight of the crane girder, hook load and weight of the trolley. These 3 are the vertical loads which are acting on the gantry girder from crane girder. Then we can say impact load from crane girder. Okay, so as the load is lifted using the crane hook and moved from one place to another and released at the required places, and impact is felt on the gantry girder. Okay, so impact load will be felt on the gantry girder through the crane girder. So it is taken as 25% or more for the EOT, means electrically operated overhead traveling crane girder. Okay, that's our first load, that is impact load from the crane girder to the gantry girder. The next one, that is, we can say, just a minute, drag force, or we can say braking force, or it is also known as longitudinal horizontal forces. So this is caused due to the starting and stopping of the crane girder moving over the crane rails as the crane girder move longitudinally. Okay, means in the direction of gantry girder. So this is known as braking, or we can say drag force, or it is also known as longitudinal horizontal force. It is taken as 5% of the static wheel load for the EOT cranes. Okay, so when crane girder moves, we can say in the direction of the gantry girder, so at that time the force experienced by the gantry girder is known as drag, or we can say braking force, sorry. And then last one, that is surge load, this one. So this is caused due to sudden starting or stopping of the crab when moving over the crane girder. So whenever the crab or trolley moves over the crane girder, at that time the load filled by the gantry girder is known as surge load. It is taken 10% weight of the crab and weight of the lifted of the crane. Okay, so over here see, basically there are three kinds of load. Say impact load, whenever the crane girder lift or release something, impact is felt on the gantry girder, that is known as impact load. Then drag force, when crane girder move in the transverse direction over the gantry girder, at that time the force produced is known as drag, or we can say braking force. And lastly surge load, when the trolley moves over the crane girder, at that time the force produced is known as surge load. Over here I have given one table. Say, see, these are the types of load, okay, which are experienced over the gantry girder, and these are the percentage how much it is taken for the EOT as well as manual crane girder. Say first one, impact load. So for EOT crane girder it is taken as 25%, while for manual crane girder it is taken as 10%. Then surge load, for EOT crane girder it is taken as 10%, while for manual it is taken as 5%. Then braking force, it is for EOT crane girder it is taken as 5%, for manual it is also taken as 5%. So there is no change with this one. While talking about the deflection criteria for the EOT crane girder, it is given in the code IS 800. For the capacity up to 500 kilonewton it is taken as L by 750. For the capacity above 500 kilonewton it is taken as L by 1000. Okay, and for the hand mixing, or we can say the manual, it is taken as L by 500. This is given in the code. Just let me show you. Table number 6, page number 31. Over here the criteria is given. Yeah. See, first of all, crane girder for electric operation up to 50 ton, means up to 500 kilonewton, it is spanned by 750, and over 550 ton means 500 kilonewton, it is taken as spanned by 1000, and for manual it is taken as spanned by 500. Okay, so this is the criteria which I have shown in the main data. Just a minute. Okay, so this is the criteria which I have shown over here. Okay, so this is the theoretical portion of the chapter gantry girder. Okay, in the next video I will cover the design of the gantry girder. So myself, Assistant Professor Gaurang Prajapati, signing off.